Hello, today I'm going to show you all the brushes that I have from PXP Professional Colours and do some swatches. I divided them into a few groups depending on the way how I use them. In the first group there are flat and angled brushes, then comb and fan brushes. Next group is round and liner brushes, then some petal and floral, Filbert Brush, Kabuki Brush, and a brush or rather a sponge which makes dots. Before we start, please like, subscribe and click the bell button to know when I post. I make a variety of time lapses, makeup tutorials and product reviews. So if that's what you enjoy, this is the channel for you. And I will start from flat and angled brushes because these are the brushes that I use the most. This one is angled brush number 18. Size I use very often for children's events, for birthday parties. I find that 1-inch brush is a bit too big for children's faces. And if you're not sure which one you prefer more, is it angled brush or flat brush, you need to try them all. Personally for me, I can use them both at the same designs, but I find that painting petals and butterfly wings are much easier with angled brush. But it's not that easy to swap colors with angled brush. You cannot just turn it around and do inverted colors. Obviously here I'm doing it, but it wouldn't be that easy as you would do it with a flat brush. The next brush is flat and it's also number 18. As I already said, the purpose is the same. But with a flat brush it's easier to flip over and do inverted colors, which is quite handy when you're doing some flowers and you want to make them a little bit different but the same colors. If you follow me for some time, you probably know that I started a new project. I take interviews from people known in face and body painting industry. This was my dream project and I started it because of two reasons. First one is because I love chatting to people who achieved something in their lives. And second one, I would like to promote face and body painting industry. I would like you to be inspired and excited about being a part of this amazing community, and also for you to meet these wonderful people who work hard to motivate us. And today I would like to ask you for a little favor. If you watched some of these videos, please let me know whether it's something that interests you, would you like to add more questions, or maybe you think some questions are not needed. I would love to hear any feedback from you to make my videos better. Flat brush number 12 I'm normally using just for smaller items. It will pick up a little bit less colors, like number 18 can pick up here about 3 colors and number 12 here just 2 colors. And if I want to keep it the same color scheme, I'll need to think how to add additional color at the edge of the brush. Now, comb and fan brushes are fun to use. I don't normally have a fan brush in my kit together with me, at least I know that I'm going to use it, but I always have a comb brush with me. It is great for adding a texture, it is great for doing hair, fur, It's amazing for a grass, and the size of a brush I choose depending on the item I'm going to paint. I often use a few sizes of brushes, starting from a big one and then adding smaller details with a smaller brush. Also, when I'm painting a fur, it's good to start with the darker colors, and the more up you go, like in 3D, if you think in 3D, the lighter colors become. Actually, whatever I'm using it for, I'm always changing colors, because then underneath layers are emphasizing the color of the top layer. Here are just a few examples how I normally use my fan brush and my comb brush. Next are round brushes, and I'm mostly using them for outlining and for decorations, so there are teardrops or some swirls. I also tend to outline with a liner brush, so I decided to include it in here as well. Normally I don't use round brushes to fill in the spaces. For that I use flat brushes or Filbert brushes. That's why I don't really use bigger round brushes. At the top there are thickest ones, and at the bottom there are thinner ones. And I decide which brush to use also on the go, depending on the size of the actual painting. This one is actually ergonomic brush with a special handle. I never tried them before, and this time decided to get it, and I must say that I really like it. Also, I really like the bristles of this brush. It is not too thin at the very end, and that makes it much easier to make dots. Here I will also try doing dots on the rubber and on my hand. Rubber is quite hard, so brush doesn't push into the skin, and the dots are not that round as you would normally have on the real skin. Next one has a regular handle. The bristles itself have very similar thickness to the previous one, but the bristles are a bit longer and the end is a bit sharper. So the shape of the bristles for round number 4 and round number 3 makes it very easy to do swirls, but for dots, round ergonomic number 4 is better. The next two brushes are very similar if we speak about bristles. They are very thin, and I would use them for really small details like eyelashes or highlights in the eye. The last one is liner number 1. Sometimes I use it for outlining leaves and flowers. And as you see, I love doing lines and swirls with it, and I use it nearly every time when I'm painting girls. By the way, if you like one-stroke technique or you would like to learn it, there is a Facebook group for you which is called One Stroke Beauty. You can find a lot of inspiration there, or you can show your work. There is also a special chart for you at the top of the group where you can find artists who inspire the whole world with their one-stroke designs. You can tick all the artists that inspire you, or you can add your own one if they are not there. Petal brush, as the name says, is great for petals, it's great for leaves. They normally have a thicker base and very thin tip, which makes it possible to play nicely with the pressure. Obviously the flower that I'm painting now, it's not very pretty. This is just to show you possibilities and strokes that are easily made with this brush. So all of these flowers and leaves were painted just with one brush. Since this brush is a round brush, it holds a bit more water and paint, and it lasts a bit longer. With the other brush you can achieve a very similar effect, but this is a flat brush, so it doesn't hold as much water and paint, and you need to reload it a bit more often. I wouldn't say it's a negative side, because if you need to paint just a few petals, there is no need to waste the paint. So for more leaves and more petals I would use the round one, but if you need just a few I would use a flat one. Filbert Brush. I don't know why I got only one brush, because I don't normally use it during the face painting events, but I use it a lot during body painting or some projects like on the shoulder, on the leg, on the chest. I use it mostly for filling in the areas with a bigger, when I need to apply bigger color but not too much. And also I like to use it for blending. It's easy to flip it to the side and use just a side of the brush. So you see, you can make very thin lines. So I can get into different spaces, but also because it's flat, it doesn't have the corners. It's easy to fill in like more intricate shapes. I use Kabuki brushes mostly for body painting, and either to apply just one specific color, to blend colors together, or even to take cake and apply a few colors at once, like you would do in one stroke with a flat brush, just on a much bigger scale. Daughter brush is actually not a brush, it's a sponge, and it seems to be very easy to do these dots with this brush, but I keep forgetting to use it during the events, so I can't really say whether it's usable or not. I would use two brushes at once to have for black color and for white color, because I don't see how I would change colors during the event. Generally, during the swatches, I really like how it works, and I think that would work on the event. The dots are nice and round, and it's very easy to change the size by pressing harder or lighter. If you are on Instagram, pop into one of my accounts and say hello. I do arts and crafts, face painting, creative makeup, and healthy food and travel. I hope to see you there!